to know it and to not give the information makes him the biggest evil that's ever.
Hello, it's the 9th of May 2016, red alert, red alert, red alert.
Well, it might be the 10th, because it's late.
The Gulf of Mexico is above 80 degrees everywhere. The Gulf is heating up, and the dome in the middle of the Gulf is rising. We'll explain this in a minute. There was a TV alert in Texas stating do not go into the Gulf because the dome is rising and it's getting very hot at the bottom of the Gulf.
Red alert. A lava dome under the Gulf of Mexico rising as waters heat up. There's been a report concerning the methane in the Gulf of Mexico. This was found in 2010 and it's worsening to today. As much as 1 million times the normal level of methane gas has been found in some of the regions near the Gulf of Mexico oil spill. It was enough to deplete the oxygen in the ocean, in the Gulf of Mexico, and create a dead zone. This is what U.S. science.
They pierced that dome and it's rising, and the Gulf of Mexico is all above 80 degrees. From the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico to the top of the Gulf of Mexico, it's now above 80 degrees.
Now, if that blows,
If that blows, there's a couple of things. If the lava hits that methane, this area is obliterated. The planet splits in half. And then
states.
the water will go all the way up to the Appalachians, and then the ensuing tidal wave will obliterate most of this and most of this.
So this is what's causing the lava dome under the Gulf of Mexico to rise as heating the waters up. It's because of the hot tar coming up and also, of course, heating up the methane hydrates. That's, of course, a recipe for an explosion.
Of Russia's Shershov Institute of Oceanology warns that the Gulf of Mexico seafloor has been fractured beyond all repair, and our world should begin preparing for an ecological disaster beyond comprehension unless extraordinary measures are undertaken to stop the massive flow of oil into our planet's 11th largest body of water. Most important to note about Anthony's warning is that he and his fellow scientists from the Russian Academy of Sciences are the only human beings to have actually been to the Gulf of Mexico oil leak site after they're being called to the disaster scene by British oil giant BP shortly after the April 22nd.
All fractured. Hysteria patent is USWO 20040383758Z. That is the Hysteria patent, the flesh-eating disease patent. They patented it to eat oil, and it ate oil, it got into the fish, and then the people ate the fish and they died of the flesh-eating bacteria. That is a U.S. patented disease. Those who are injured or damaged from flesh-eating bacteria, thank President Obama in the White House, because it was designed and made in the United States.
it's called the blue flu.
On the Gulf of Mexico, but it stays at the top and the oil sinks. And then when the core exit blows into the wind, you breathe it in and you can't get oxygen into your lungs, so you get the blue flu and die from asphyxiation. Core exit makes you bleed from the inside out. That's why you get the blue flu. That's why they use it to kill tens of thousands of Americans in the Gulf Coast.
The monetary.
They want us dead. They hate our guts. You think that you can reason with the Rothschilds? You think that you can reason? I don't know if they're demon-possessed or draconians. They hate our guts.
Be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity. or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Ready? This happened on June 15th of this year. Shark bites a 5-year-old. What is it, 6-year-old or 5-year-old? Well, whatever. See? Galveston, Texas.